ladies. I hope you're doing well today. Today I want to try a recipe. Actually, I'm not going to try it. I've been making this for years. I haven't made it in years because my husband and, well, my daughter doesn't like shrimp. My husband doesn't like cheesy things. Can you believe that? He doesn't like cheesy things. But I'm going to treat myself today. I'm going to make this. It's just spicy shrimp and noodles. And it comes out of this cookbook of where I grew up in Hackberry, Louisiana. And I've been having this cookbook for, I don't know, 25 years or so. And this is one of my favorite recipes in the book. And I thought I would share it with you. And if you like seafood, and you can even use chicken if you wanted to, crawfish, shrimp, whatever you wanted. But I wanted to bring you along because I think you will enjoy it. I just wanted to show you that I'm using these. You can use the bare ones, or you can use any pasta you want. But I'm just using the medium egg noodles, and this is 12 ounces. And the recipe calls for 8, but I'm going to use 12 because I have a few extra shrimp. And some of my shrimp are frozen, some of them I bought fresh. So I'm going to prep all my ingredients, and that way I can bring them to the stove, and then we'll get started. We're going to get started. I have a fourth of a stick of butter in the pot. And I wanted to say this recipe calls for a couple of things that I don't use often, but it's really good. And I like velveeta and a cream of mushroom or cream of chicken soup. I don't really know how to make my own, so I have to use that. This is only one of the recipes I've ever used that stuff for. Not that I'm apologizing for it or anything. I think it's great. It's just a little salty for me. That's the only thing. So I'm going to heat this up, and I'm going to add my onion. And you can add whatever vegetables you want. And I also have a jalapeno because I want it kind of spicy. So I'm just going to add this. And once this sautés for a little bit, then I'm going to add my garlic. And you know, I always add extra garlic because, well, I just love garlic. So I'm going to let this heat up, saute it, and I'll bring you back. Heating up. I also wanted to mention that I'm going to heat my oven to 350. I'm just going to bake it for about 15 or 20 minutes because I'm going to top it with some sharp cheddar cheese. I've never tried it like that before, but I think it's going to be really good. And here's the shrimp I was telling you about. Some are frozen, some are fresh, but they're supposed to be Gulf shrimp, which are my favorites. It's very hard to find fresh shrimp sometimes around here. We have one seafood store, and they're fresh, but they do put a little bit of preservative on them. So it changes the flavor a little bit. When you buy them off the boat, they have a little bit of a sweeter taste. But you could really use anything you wanted in this recipe. Any protein like chicken, you know, crawfish, shrimp. Well, I wouldn't use beef or anything, but now my pot's heating up. I'm going to saute these for a few minutes. I want to get them nice and soft. And the onions are nice and sauteed, and I turned my fire down just a little bit. And I'm just going to, I like to pre-chop my garlic and save it for a couple days in this jar. I'm just going to add all of it that I can get out. That should be plenty. So the next thing I'm going to do, and you can also add, you can cook your shrimp in advance. I just always cook them in the mixture. So I have my fire turned to low, or medium low. And the next thing I'm going to do is add my soup mixture. And this is going to help make it creamy and also melt the cheese. I need to turn my stove to the other burner. This one gets too hot. Whoop. I'm going to burn it right on camera. Take it off the heat for a second. Sometimes I don't care for the electric stove, but it's all I have, so I have to work with it. So, okay, that cooled it down a little bit. I turned it on the smaller burner. I have a big one and a small one. So now we're going to just slowly add our cheese. And I'm going to start with 8 ounces of velveeta. And you're supposed to use the jalapeno cheese, but I don't have any, and this, I just added the jalapeno instead of getting the jalapeno cheese. It's the same thing. And I'm not going to add any salt because this is going to be salty. I may add some Tony Chachere's though, because I like that flavor on seafood. And I may have to add something to thin this out. So you want to add your cheese and then melt that. And then now I need a clean spatula. Or another spoon. And you want to add about 3 ounces of cream cheese. And I have this whipped cream cheese. There's my oven. And something I never do, but I thought it might be good. I'm going to add just a touch of sour cream. So you want to make sure you melt this pretty slowly, because it will burn. So I have my fire on very low now. And then once I melt this, I'm going to add my shrimp, and they're going to produce a little liquid. So I'll add just a touch of cayenne pepper. Not much, because I did put that jalapeno in there, but it goes good with seafood. Just a touch. That's not even a 1/4 of a teaspoon. And I'm going to add just a touch of Tony Chachere's, because I don't want it too spicy. So that's melting nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and add my shrimp. And this is probably, I don't know how many pounds. Probably about 2 pounds actually. I'm just going to cook this low and slow. And then after this, we just add our pasta. And you don't have to bake it. You can serve it just like this, but I'm going to bake it with that cheddar cheese on top. So this looks good. It smells good already. Oh, you could also add like lobster, crab, whatever you wanted. Shrimp's my favorite. So let me cook these for a couple of minutes, and I'll return. Cooking this on low, very low, for about 10 minutes. I'm one of those people, I like my shrimp. Some people would say overcooked, but I don't like them where they're barely pink. I like them to be just a little firm. And I want you to see how creamy and nice this is to receive the pasta. And the shrimp released its juices. And I'm going to add the pasta and stir this in. I think the shrimp are cooked enough for me. I'm gonna add a little bit at a time. Actually, and I'm gonna have to freeze some of this because there's no way I can eat all of this. I'm gonna start with that amount. See, because I don't want it to be too much pasta. And one tip I forgot to mention was, and I forgot to do, in fact, was I like to chop my shrimp in half. And I didn't do that today. I forgot. I haven't made this in so long. And I was excited to share this video. So let's see. That looks pretty creamy. I'm going to make sure it's mixed very well. And I'm going to go ahead and turn my heat off. And like I said, you can eat it just like this. You don't even have to bake it. But I want to bake it today. I want to try it with the cheddar. And another thing I'm going to add is, just for looks really, is some parsley. You could put green onions or whatever herbs you like. I think I'm going to not add any more noodles. So if you can see, I have my baking dish right here. So I'm just going to pour this in. I'm sorry, I'm backwards to you. Oh yeah, this is definitely going to have to be frozen. But that's okay, it freezes very well. You want to get everything out of the pot. I'm going to spread it. You could put breadcrumbs on top, but of course I'm going to add more cheese. I've never done it like this before. And I don't have the package, but this is very sharp cheddar. And I think it's going to be really good on here. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little on the top. And I added a little black pepper too, so it might be a little bit spicy, but I think it goes really nice with seafood, a little spice. I'm not going to put too much cheese. So that looks good. So I'm going to put it in the oven for about 20 minutes, and I'll show you. I just took it out of the oven. I let it bake for about 20 minutes. And it's nice and hot, so I'm gonna let it cool down a little bit, and we'll do a taste test. I'm going to show you the texture of the. See how creamy and delicious it is. And I put a lot of shrimp in there. And there's the little plate I fixed. So I'm going to do a taste test for you. And that's a little piece of garlic bread. I made that bread. If you'd like to see a video on that, I'd be happy to do it. Okay, now I'm going to taste it. And I know I say everything's my favorite, but this one really is my favorite. I never get to make it because my family doesn't care for it. But it is basically just like a seafood cheesy casserole. See how creamy it is with the egg noodles and the shrimp? It's so good. And I didn't add any salt because those ingredients have a lot of salt. But it's very decadent, very rich. You can't eat this often, but every once in a while is okay. Very good. I really hope you try this one. It's so good. And I'll try to list the ingredients I use because I changed up the recipe a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to put all the amounts, but anyway, I've been talking a lot and I apologize, but thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and hit the little bell so you know when I publish a new video. And thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.